Hey, so hi, I am Leah, and I've had a regular blog for, 7 years. And so this year, one of my New Year's resolutions is to do a video log. And aren't you lucky that you get me before I go to Aqua Pilates and I haven't taken a shower and all of that? So maybe I'll redo this later, or maybe I'll just suck it up and show you how I really am. So, what my blog is called Renewing Mercies, a little every day. And last year I kind of came up with this idea, or um, kind of had been mulling around in my mind about doing a devotional type blog for women who were moms and wives and whatever. And basically, it was please help me, God. I can't hack it. A devotional for bitches who can't do it on their own. So, and saying it in real words kind of makes it sound awful. And what it really comes down to is life is hard and we need help. And motherhood is awful. It's great, and our kids are wonderful, and they're precious little blessings from the Lord, but for the most part, they make us crazy. They function in a way that we don't understand because they're tiny people and little sinners. According to this awesome book that I just read called Desperate by Sally Clarkson and Sarah May. And um, honestly, I think what I need is some accountability to get real, to actually spend some time in the Word every day, to at least mull over a verse or two and apply it to my life. So I am going to open me up and share the things that are going on in my head, and speaking to my heart and my family, and hopefully that will resound with some other people out there. So one thing that I was just pulling up a verse to share. One thing that was really kind of an ow kind of moment last week was when I was talking to a friend, and I was talking about New Year's resolutions, and I've yet to write mine down or say how I did with the ones I did last year, because I did do a New Year's post last year about some things I wanted to do. And one of the things that I blurted out, as is my custom, and you will see in the year going forward, is that I really like swearing. I do. It's fun. And how that should be a resolution. I should really work on not swearing, on not saying motherfucker, and yelling at my dog, and just being like loud and abrasive and rude. It really is rude. But I was talking about stopping swearing, and talking about, or cursing, or wherever you're from, and talking about how I really wanted to, it's something I should do. And it wasn't really something I wanted to do at the time. It was just something I felt like I should do. That should be a checklist, tick, of things that I need to do to be a better mom, and be a more comfortable person to be around, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so in the conversation with her, I said, I don't really want to give up swearing because it's the sin that I like the most. Seriously. I really said that out loud. And so the issue with that is it was a sin that I liked the most. And it was, after thinking about it, I really just got a picture of the cross and Christ, and what Jesus went through for us to be free from sin, and to not have to be bound to it anymore, and to choose sin over the price of the cross, the price that Christ paid, the freedom that he bought for us. was just so blasphemous. And especially in a culture where we hear about people being so vicious to people who are struggling with sin, whether it's addiction, whether it's money issues, whether it's, you know, problems in their marriage or problems with their relationships because they are bound to other things. It was really just, I'm going to try not to be very Christianese when I speak and just kind of be forward, but this isn't, I don't really know how else to say this. God was really just speaking to my heart about how heartbreaking it is for me to choose to sin when I know better. And when I know that it is not holiness, it's not putting him first, it's putting him and his choice to set me free on the wayside. So, it's just really blasphemous. And for people to say that, using the Lord's name in vain and saying, oh my God, for some people that's really blasphemous. Some people really take offense to that. And, you know, they should or should not. It depends on how, I guess, legalistic you want to be. But for me to just say that I enjoyed swearing and didn't want to give it up, knowing that that was my sin was really just harsh and definitely something that I need to check myself for. And so that now is a goal for this year, for me to clean up my mouth, to clean up my mouth in a lot of ways, not just swearing, but in being kind, in not gossiping, in and I'm failing like miserably on that one. To really use my words for the benefit of others, because the word says that death and life are in the power of the tongue. And especially when Christians choose to tear each other down, to tear other people down, that gives a lot of weight to those words. So when we choose to speak against things rather than speak life into those things, that's a really important issue to take. So this is the verse that kind of was bubbling up in me, and it is in 1 Corinthians verses 13 and 14, and I'm going to read from the Message. And it says, God rescued us from dead end alleys and dark dungeons. He set us up in the kingdom of the Son he loves so much, the Son who got us out of the pit we are in, got rid of the sins we were doomed to keep repeating. And so, you know, that just really says that Jesus set us free from sin. We do not have to be bound to it. And to choose to repeat sin because we like it, or because we want to keep doing it, or because it's cool, or, you know, it's the one thing that doesn't seem so bad, they all are bad. And so for us to pick and choose a la carte sins and a la carte forgiveness is really just unfair to God and to ourselves, because we're choosing bondage over life. So that's my first video log. And if you like it, I love comments. If you think I look like crap, I already told you I'm not wearing makeup. So all right, well, I will be back another time, and enjoy your day and choose to be free. Okay, bye.